I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy. But with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The easy all-in-one plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus many extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
MNsure is a proud supporter of Native Roots Radio. Looking for health insurance but not sure where to start? MNsure has you covered. You can find discounts, compare private health plans, and see if you qualify for free or low-cost insurance plans, plus get help from an expert so you can save on the coverage you need. Enroll online by December 15th for coverage starting January 1st. Get started today at mnsure.org. That's mnsure.org.
Time is running out to see Matrilineal Memory by hobby artist Michaela Schaefer at All My Relations Arts in Minneapolis. This moving exhibition of painting, poetry, and installation art explores memory's fragility and strength, honoring stories passed through generations. The show closes December 13th, so don't miss your chance to experience this transformative work. Visit All My Relations Arts before it's gone. Learn more about exhibition hours and events at allmyrelationsarts.org.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilio. A winter storm warning is in effect. Rain changes over to snow tonight with an overnight low of 26. Then Wednesday, cloudy with a high of 29. Eat Local Minnesota restaurants are perfect for any holiday gathering this winter, from friends or family to a work event. Check out the list of Eat Local Minnesota restaurants at eatlocalminnesota.com.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be indigenous.
Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake. Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Kadagi to all my friends and relatives in four directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events, and as you know, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. Hey, I just want to get a quick shout out here. It's Native American Heritage Month across Turtle Island, and as you know, it's always Native American Heritage Month here on Native Roots Radio. And also, it's a special show. It's a Thanksgiving Eve show here. We will be having rebroadcasts the next rest of the week until Monday. And today we're going to have Robert Lilligren on. And, you know, he's the CEO of Native American Community Development Institute. And there's a article out there. And I just want to talk a little bit, too. We're going to have Jalisa McKee on and Mato from New Native Theater up in a few minutes here. But I just want to give a quick shout out here on this Saturday, November 29th at 2 p.m. at the Pillsbury Auditorium. Minneapolis Institute of Art will be honoring Native American Heritage Month with a screen of smoke signals. And just got to tell you, the tickets are going quick. We have Dr. Evan Adams will be there for Q&A, and if you don't know who that is, that's Thomas from Smoke Signal. So it'll be fun. I will be emceeing this at the Minneapolis Institute of Art, and it'll be great to see Dr. Evan Adams there answering questions and just being all around. I just will have to ask him to say, "Hey, Victor," one time for me, and that'll be good for me. Um, so that's also what's going on. And again, we're going to have Jalisa and Matteo on here in just a minute here, and we're going to talk about what's happening. I just want to say, too, that I remind everyone, too, that this is the blackout across the country. Don't be buying anything from any of these big companies. Go down to Dayton's in downtown Minneapolis and buy something from Native Roots Arts. Our trading post is down there, and also Southdale. Wendy's down there with her art. Support local artists and entrepreneurs, and that's to get away from these big box stores and big box companies. Also, too, cause.cart.com has a lot of our Native Roots Radio swag on there, so check them out. And now I'm going to get Jalisa on here, and we haven't seen Jalisa like in a long time. How are you doing, Jalisa? Good to see you.
I'm good. You are really nailing all those advertisements. Wow. I love it.
Yeah. Are you proud of your Judge?
I'm very proud of you, Judge.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good to see you. I miss being on the show with you. So once this play is wrapped that we're about to talk about, I'd love to come on more.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there's always a seat here at Native Roots Radio for you, Jalisa. Oh, wow.
Appreciate it, Judge.
Hey, why don't you introduce our guest, and then let's talk about what's happening here. Why don't you introduce Matteo for us?
Yeah, so Mato is how you pronounce it, correct, Mato?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Mato, no wonder you're looking at me like, well, is there another guest on here too? named Matteo?
Yeah, so this is Mato. I am so excited that he has joined us today on Native Roots Radio. Mato and I have been getting to know each other. We were talking about this yesterday, right? Where it's like when you're a part of a play, it's almost like an expedited experience to get to know each other and become friends. So I'm just really excited that he's here to talk about the show that we are both actors in. And it's really special. It's an all Native American theater company founded by Rihanna Yazi. We've talked about her shows and, what she's up to and just the amazing talent that she has several times on the show. So we'll specifically talk about what's going on right now. And so I want to let Mato introduce himself because he has just an amazing amount of experience and talent, and he's just the greatest. So please introduce yourself, Mato, whenever you want to.
Yeah, thanks for the intro. Hey everybody, my name is Mato Wayuhi. I am originally from South Dakota. I'm Oglala Lakota, and I do music and some acting here and there. And being so close to Minneapolis growing up, I've always loved the city. And so, yeah, I just saw, I think just a Facebook ad or something for New Native Theater, and they were doing auditions for something, and I just thought like, okay, that sounds really cool. It was very didn't overthink it, and yeah, I have family here, so it felt really natural to be a part of it. So thankfully I got one of the roles in our play, A Christmas in Ochopee. And so yeah, it's been so fun, and I haven't done theater since high school, so it's been really, really great and revitalizing. And it's so great because you have a hard day or a long day and you just get to go to rehearsal and get it out, and it's super, super fun. So yeah, and thanks for having me on too.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Let's talk a little bit about the play. Jalisa, I love this play so much, and it's going to be turned into kind of an annual thing, kind of a colonized Christmas kind of special. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the plan now for New Native Theater is to do a Christmas in Ochopee every other year. So like you said, Judge, we did it in 2003. I have the honor to reprise my role as Audrey. So I was excited to audition again, and I wasn't sure if they were going to cast me in a different direction or if I would be casted. So it's just an honor to be able to bring the show to life again. And it's totally different experience because there's only one other actor that was a part of it besides myself this time, and he's in a different role. So it's just been so exciting. And Mato, you are a natural. You guys, if anything, come to see him perform. He is so funny and just such a delight. And it, you know, all the characters have such a fun, just like wholesome space in the show. And so, you know, I'd love to hear, you know, when people go see it, which characters they resonate with. But Mato is just fantastic.
Jalisa, it sounds like Mato is a lot like your judge. Oh,
oh yes, both talented people over here.
Oh, I thought you meant the fun and laughing part as well.
Oh yeah, that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. Well, what part are you playing? And before Mato, before we get too crazy into the questions and stuff, I want to talk about the dates and where it is, and I want to bring that up a couple times because we had people, you know, I don't know if you know this, but people on the radio sometimes are listening in their car and they don't have a crayon or a pencil or a magic marker, so that we're going to want to mention this a couple times.
Yeah, so it's playing it's the 825 Art Center, right, Jalisa?
Yep.
Okay, and I don't know the specific address, but it's in St. Paul, Minnesota, and it's running from December 3rd to the 21st.
Yep.
And there, I believe is it Wednesday through Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
So Wednesday through Saturday is the 7 p.m. And then Sundays are the matinees. And what's nice about the address is 825 University Avenue is the address. So it's 825 Arts. So it's easier to remember.
You know, and I got to say this, there's sellouts. So people get your tickets early, and especially this play, people are familiar with it and they know it's a good time, and New Native Theater always hits a home run when they do a production, especially with my Hinu in it. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remember talking about this at rehearsal a couple of days ago too. What, in my experience, this will be my 4th show with New Native Theater. The last weekend for sure sells out. And so if you can get in there one of the first weekends, the first or the second weekend, then that would be great to have you there.
Hey, we're here with Mato and Jalisa with New Native Theater. We're going to come back and talk a little bit more on Native Roots Radio. Hey, if you're listening to the show, you are cool. This is Native Roots Radio. We'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us. Ho!
If you're in need of food resources, Hennepin County is here to help. Food shelves near you are ready with fresh, nutritious food. SNAP remains open. You can continue applying for benefits. If you are expecting or have children ages 0 to 5, WIC can provide even more support. Get connected to free or low-cost food resources near you at hennepin.us/food-help. Again, that address is hennepin.us/food-help.
Time is running out to see Matrilineal Memory by hobby artist Michaela Schaefer at All My Relations Arts in Minneapolis. This moving exhibition of painting, poetry, and installation art explores memory's fragility and strength, honoring stories passed through generations. The show closes December 13th, so don't miss your chance to experience this transformative work. Visit All My Relations Arts before it's gone. Learn more about exhibition hours and events at allmyrelationsarts.org.
This holiday season, bring true purpose back to gift giving with CauseCart. When shopping with CauseCart, you aren't just buying a gift, you're supporting artists, nonprofits, and socially conscious businesses. CauseCart is the trusted marketplace connecting shoppers who care with purpose-driven brands that do good for people and the planet. They're committed to positive change, using biodegradable packaging and investing in carbon credits. Now, CauseCart is extending that conscious approach right to your doorstep with a special offer. They're offering free local delivery in Hennepin, Ramsey, and Washington counties until December 19th. It's the perfect way to shop sustainably without leaving home. Taking advantage of the free delivery is easy. Just go to cause-cart.com and choose the pickup option at checkout. So make your holiday giving meaningful with CauseCart, one conscious choice at a time. That's cause-cart.com.
I'm Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, and I want to be your next United States Senator, and you are listening to Native Roots Radio.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio Presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is Native Roots Radio, and I just want to remind everyone before we get back with our guests is that Smoke Signals at Minneapolis Institute of Art and Dr. Evan Adams will be there for Q&A and selfies and all those fun things, and really excited. I'm really excited to meet him, and I want him to say, "Hey, Victor," one time for me. And then also remind everyone, Native Roots Trading Post, which Jalisa is owner of, is down at Dayton's. And then we have Southdale too, where Wendy has her art. And then you heard that ad for cause.cart.com to pick up some swag, and also check out people that work hard in the community and buy some of their stuff for this upcoming season. Hey, Jalisa, we were having a little chat here in the chat section, and your friend here is pretty famous here. And one of my favorite shows where, we have our friend Dallas Goldtooth, and, Bobby Wilson wrote in it, Reservation Dogs, and, Sterling Harjo. And then, so there's a connection here. Why don't you out this young man about what's happening there on the TV show?
Yeah, well, I was just wanting Mato to maybe, if he's okay with it, share what he's been up to besides the show. It's just like I said, just an honor to have him in Minneapolis and a part of New Native Theater now, your family now. But what else are you doing? I would love for you to share.
Yeah, so I kind of come from music for the most part, and I'm the composer for the show Reservation Dogs, so I did all the music for that.
Amazing.
That series.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. And that was one of my first more, I guess, like prominent roles in entertainment. And then more recently, I'm an actor in the show The Lowdown, which is by the same showrunner and creator as Reservation Dogs, Sterling Harjo. So I act alongside Ethan Hawke and a few other really dope people. It was actually Graham Green's last acting role before he passed. And so he played my grandpa in that. So yeah, I got to meet him and hang out with him. And that was really some invaluable insight I got from just being around him. And yeah, so that's some of and I see your Free Leonard Peltier shirt in the back, Robert. I also did the music for the feature-length documentary, Free Leonard Peltier, that premiered at Sundance this year. So that was pretty cool. I got to go there and hang out, and it actually just got nominated for Best Original Score for the International Documentary Association Awards.
Wow!
Yeah, and the night that that the award ceremony is I think it might be one of our first shows, December 6th, and so I can't make it to the award ceremony. But my cousin, he's Lakota too. He lives in LA. I'm gonna try to dress him up as me. He's gonna go and impersonate me. So yeah, I'm trying to get that figured out. But yeah, that's a little bit about me.
I could go as your uncle and just get my hair cut with the wings and everything, because that's kind of how my hair was in high school too. Hey, so when you're doing music, is it like the mood music during the show? If there was a stabbing, your music becomes fast and furious. Is that the kind of music you're talking about? The background of
Yeah, so essentially composing or doing a score is it's all the music that isn't licensed. So it's not I'm not doing the Redbone Come and Get Your Love, but I'm doing the stuff, the scene or the sad scene or the theme music for the show. So if you go back and watch it and then listen, you'll all the musical cues you hear are mine.
Was there a musical cue of yours during that one powerful show where the ancestors were in there in prison? Do you know which episode I'm talking about? That was one of the most powerful.
Yeah, so that was me too. Yeah, so the whole show is me doing the music stuff. So yeah, it was really cool. It was a really fun experience. It was cool too, because that show, it was primarily all of our first times even doing TV. So the
Wow.
1491s, they'd never done television.
Yep.
And the actors, it was a lot of first time actors. So yeah, it was all of our first times doing something like that. So since we didn't really know the rules, we didn't really follow the rules. And so we got to make something that was kind of groundbreaking in a lot of ways.
Oh, very groundbreaking. And, you know, you don't ever want to stay on too long, but I still am kind of bummed out. I wish there would have been another season, but on to bigger and better things. And now you're doing are you doing the music too for Lowdown?
No, that's by this other artist, JD McPherson, and he's a really talented cat. But no, I have a song in the new show, but I didn't do the music this time around.
So what instrument do you play? Piano, synthesizer, guitar? How do you arrange these?
Man, I play the laptop, I like to say. It's kind of my main instrument. I do like in the corner over here, I have like my bass guitar and my keyboard. I'm very like proficient. I'm proficient.
Jalisa, did you see how he pointed? He went over there pointing with his lips there like a good old gala. Oh wow. Yeah. That's cool as heck. Because you know, my mother always used to say she played the radio. So, you know, I know what you're saying there. But that's cool. So you got a program and then you see the series and then you add music to the series that fits the mood.
Yep. Yeah. Essentially, it can work in different ways, but yeah, that's kind of the main thing of it is like making music that helps service the narrative and also maybe bring to light something, you know, that you didn't think about the characters or the story.
So how did you know? I see here in your bio that you're a graduate of the University of Southern Cal. What made you want to go there? Was that the film part of it, the acting part of it?
Yeah, well, honestly, it was the football part of it. I grew up loving like the USC Trojans, like Troy Polamalu and all those guys.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I'd never been to LA before going to school out there, and I just kind of thought, why not? And yeah, I think a little bit of it was like the film school, but honestly too, like it was weird. I got rejected from the University of Minnesota, but I got into USC. So it was really weird. So like, I think Tungashilo was like, you need to go, you need to get out of here.
Yeah.
That was like my best option too. It was like, so
wow,
kind of for me to go, but yeah, so I went out to school out there and I graduated from the film school.
Nice.
That's very cool. That's very cool. So, hey, let's talk again. You know, again, Jalisa, let's bring up again when we can see in the Christmas in Ochopee. Very, very strange that, you know, Christmas in Florida is where this takes place, right?
Right. Yeah. And I should say, too, it is written by Montana Cypress. A talented playwright, you know, one of us. It's just so cool to be a part of something that is written, produced, and all the actors are all Native American. Julio Rosa Sosa is our director. Amazing. She directed it 2 years ago as well. And our stage manager, Becca, is back from 2 years ago. Are you
retiring that? Are you retiring that wig? Is that coming out of retirement?
We have another wig. Yep. You will see me as a redhead. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much of the show, but I am the white girl that's new to the res. So, they, you know, with my dark hair, we had to make it, you know, obvious that I was white rather, because, you know, I'm both white and Native. But we had to make it a little bit more obvious in the presentation there. So yes, I will have a wig again.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
So again, what is your part?
My part, it's so I played Donnie Boy, and Donnie Boy is a recently incarcerated family member, and he's definitely the black sheep of the whole crew. And without spoiling anything, he's just trying to make the best Christmas surprise for his family. And you know, you can probably imagine how that goes. But yeah, he's like such a he's so outlandish and so sweet, and he's like really props to Montana and Julia and just all of our castmates and everything, because the characters that we all play while it is like a very kind of absurd, funny comedy, there's some such like beautiful truths in it and like sentiment. And I think Donnie Boy, he's helped me learn more about myself and how he acts and whatnot. And and he's really just, I don't know, he's just that cousin that's like, you don't really ever know where he is, and when he's around, it's either like the best times or he's just causing all sort of ruckus. So it's really fun. I love playing him.
Well, there's a ad lib part that the actor prior to you that played that part. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Jalisa? When he was leaving and he wanted to take something with him. You know what scene I'm talking about?
It's good that you bring him up because David, he's in the show again, so you'll have to see what part he's playing this time. But no, I don't remember.
Teaser alert. So when he was leaving upset, he grabbed some candy.
Oh yes. You'll have to see what Mato does with that.
Oh, Mato. Yeah. That one got a lot of laughs, just throwing that out there. Hey, so we got Jalisa, we got just a minute left again. Let's give it the information here, and I definitely will be in the front row cheering you on. Wendy and I will be there.
Judge. Yes, everybody, thank you, listeners. NewNativeTheater.org is the website. So if you just want to go there, you'll see it. But it's a Christmas in Ochopee. It's December 3rd through the 21st, Wednesday through Sunday. Sundays are matinees. Wednesday through Saturday is 7 p.m. And it is at 825 Arts. So that's 825 University Avenue West in St. Paul. And I hope y'all come out, support Native American theater.
Perfect. Hey, we're going to have you on again during the run, and it was great meeting you. And I'll see you tomorrow at Thanksgiving there,
There we go. I will. And thank you so much, Mato. Thank you, Jaji.
Yes. Big Peeny Gigi. Right on. Hey, up next. Right on. Up next, Robert Lilligren. We'll be right back. This is Native Roots Radio. Time is running out to see Matrilineal Memory by hobby artist Michaela Schaefer at All My Relations Arts in Minneapolis. This moving exhibition of painting, poetry, and installation art explores memory's fragility and strength, honoring stories passed through generations. The show closes December 13th, so don't miss your chance to experience this transformative work. Visit All My Relations Arts before it's gone. Learn more about exhibition hours and events at allmyrelationsarts.org.
This holiday season, bring true purpose back to gift giving with CauseCart. When shopping with CauseCart, you aren't just buying a gift, you're supporting artists, nonprofits, and socially conscious businesses. CauseCart is the trusted marketplace connecting shoppers who care with purpose-driven brands that do good for people and the planet. They're committed to positive change, using biodegradable packaging and investing in carbon credits. Now, CauseCart is extending that conscious approach right to your doorstep with a special offer. They're offering free local delivery in Hennepin, Ramsey, and Washington counties until December 19th. It's the perfect way to shop sustainably without leaving home. Taking advantage of the free delivery is easy. Just go to cause-cart.com and choose the pickup option at checkout. So make your holiday giving meaningful with CauseCart, one conscious choice at a time. That's cause-cart.com.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune into Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
If you're in need of food resources, Hennepin County is here to help. Food shelves near you are ready with fresh, nutritious food. SNAP remains open. You can continue applying for benefits. If you are expecting or have children ages 0 to 5, WIC can provide even more support. Get connected to free or low-cost food resources near you at hennepin.us/food-help. Again, that address is hennepin.us/food-help.
MNsure is a proud supporter of Native Roots Radio. Looking for health insurance but not sure where to start? MNsure has you covered. You can find discounts, compare private health plans, and see if you qualify for free or low-cost insurance plans. Plus, get help from an expert so you can save on the coverage you need. Enroll online by December 15th for coverage starting January 1st. Get started today at mnsure.org. That's mnsure.org.
The best deal for Black Friday is back at the Park Tavern. On Friday, November 28th only, stop into the Park Tavern, buy a $100 gift card. You'll receive $50 in Park Tavern gift cards for free. You heard that right. Buy $100 in Park Tavern gift cards, and you will receive $50 in gift cards for free. The best part is you get to decide which gift cards you keep and which gift cards you gift. And the Park Tavern is open regular hours on Black Friday, offering up their full menu. On Louisiana Avenue, north of Highway 7 in St. Louis Park, get the best deal this year at the Park Tavern.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilligren. A winter storm warning is in effect. Rain changes over to snow tonight with an overnight low of 26. Then Wednesday, cloudy with a high of 29. Eat Local Minnesota restaurants are perfect for any holiday gathering this winter, from friends or family to a work event. Check out the list of Eat Local Minnesota restaurants at eatlocalminnesota.com. This is AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Hey, just a quick reminder, free tickets for Smoke Signals at on November 29th at 2 p.m. at the Pillsbury Auditorium. Smoke Signals will be shown there, and our friend Dr. Evan Adams will be in town for Q&A and selfies and all those fun things, and I just want to hear him say, "Hey, Victor," one time for me, and maybe he'll say that and I can use it as a bumper. I'm going to be bummed out. My friend Robert Lilligren here, who's Native American Community Development Institute's going to be with his family, so he can't hang out with us. But it's really good that you were able to come on today. We have a lot to talk about. Great to see you, Robert, and thank you so much.
Bonjour, Robert. So good to see you. Thanks for having me on. Sorry I can't be there on Saturday. I appreciate the invitation so much. So, yeah, I look forward to hearing all about it.
Yeah, your friend Peggy and her husband will be there for dinner, and I'm excited to have them. I'll have them sit across from each other and just listen to the conversation.
Nice. Oh, I'm sure it'll be interesting.
Definitely. Well, Robert, a happy Thanksgiving Eve. We like to talk about that. And there's an article that came up, and I'd really like to talk a little bit about that because that was really heavy. And, your quote that it feels like we're living in a prison. I really want to talk about that because as being a St. Paul person and driving on Franklin Avenue and heading to, NACDI or the Minneapolis Indian Center, I get that vibe too. And geez, I'm so glad that you brought that up.
Yeah, thanks, Robert. And this article has been getting a lot of attention. It's by a local, somewhat alternative journalist platform called Sahan Journal. It's affiliated with our public radio station, your Minnesota Public Radio, and they focus on stories of traditionally undercovered kind of communities. And so the story is about these fences that have been put up right along East Franklin Avenue, which is kind of the main drag of the urban Indian community here in Minneapolis. It's designated as the American Indian Cultural Corridor. And the organization I work for, Native American Community Development Institute, or NACDI, kind of is the keeper of that community vision of the cultural corridor. And it's also adjacent to what was a very large encampment of our unsheltered relatives right on Franklin. There's a state highway there, Highway 55 or Hiawatha Avenue, as it's also known. This was back in 2018. And these relatives of ours living without shelter sort of took a stand, right? It was an occupation of this crappy little MnDOT right-of-way along an entrance ramp to the highway. And at its peak, it was some 300 tents all crammed in there. And the community responded and as best we could to support our relatives. I would say the public sector agencies failed us and had no plan or clue of what to do and are still failing us, I would say. And so the solution they come up with, this is an area that has a lot of unsheltered relatives, also a lot of substance users. There's trafficking as well. A lot of the people that hang out in this area aren't unsheltered. This is just where they can come and really prey on some of our most vulnerable relatives, and whether they're substance using, a fair amount of recruitment for commercial sexual exploitation goes on there. So the solution that the public sector, there's this incredibly complex jigsaw of public sector property ownership under this bridge. We have a light rail station there. So the state, the region, our Metro Transit, the county, and the city all own property there. And the decision that they've come up with to deal with the issues is to fence it all off. So there are these fences, so you can't even walk on the sidewalk. You can't, light rail station is there. You can't access the light rail station. This is in the heart of the Native community. And there's some famous pictures of elders you have to go into the street to get around these fences. And so elders in wheelchairs, children, others trying to navigate the area. And it's so offensive. And they went up about 1.5 years ago now, and maybe a little less. And they drive me crazy because it just says such a message about our community, right? This is stay out. It is like a prison. It feels like a prison camp. Ironically, it's all of a couple of miles from the concentration camp at the Badote, following the War of 1862. So it feels like history repeating itself. It feels like a continuation of colonization. And it sends this clear message: don't come here. And all the while at the community level, there's so many good things going on, so much positivity, this vision of the American Indian Cultural Corridor. And instead of getting partnership and cooperation from the state, the city, the county, and the region, we get fences.
Yeah, and I am so happy, that you brought this up, and it's one of those things where it seems to me that local government, whether it's state, county, or city, are always pointing their fingers at the other one that they should be doing something, and then they feel better about blaming someone else.
You're exactly right. And during the Wall of Forgotten Natives, that's when I reached the end of my tolerance of that finger pointing, what our lieutenant governor has called jurisdictional foursquare, right? Always just bouncing the ball away from yourself. And people now know, around me at least, not to do that, because I will lose it during the Wall of Forgotten Natives, and I'm not going to cuss on your radio show. But
They're ready for you.
I had to start saying, when people were pointing their fingers, well, we don't do that. The county does that. They'd say at the city, or the counties or the state should be doing that. And I would say, just figure it the F out, right? And so I developed a hashtag FITFO, FITFO. And when I would hear that kind of stuff, I would say, FITFO, just figure it the F out. And I joke that I dropped more F-bombs on elected officials during that era than when I was one. When I was an elected official. And here we are 5 years later, 6 years later, 5 years later, and we still don't have solutions. And the community is still kind of iced out of these conversations. These fences that anyone who travels along East Franklin can see went up almost overnight. I swear, almost overnight. No consultation with the community, no engagement. And I think I have a quote in that article, something like, I've been part of government for 2 decades. Jurisdictions have a hard time cooperating and collaborating on anything. But somehow they were all able to come together and fence in our community overnight. So
who put up the fence, Robert? Who put up the fence?
That's a really good question. So because of this complicated jigsaw puzzle of public sector ownership right in the area. Every one of those jurisdictions had to at least authorize those fences going up, if not put them up around their own property. So that was the level of coordination that happened. And shortly after they went up, we complained to Minnesota Department of Transportation, MnDOT, about them. They said, oh, there's going to be some changes that I think you're really going to like. So what those changes were is on the MnDOT property, they took down the crappy cyclone fencing and put up some nice sort of wrought iron fencing. So that was their solution. Give us nicer fences, but they literally block the sidewalk. You literally have to step into the street to get to the light rail station. And there's no way that it's American with Disabilities Act or ADA compliant, because if you're in a wheelchair, you can't navigate the area. And so this article, I live by sort of pick your battles, right? And I knew this was going to be a big one, and it's taken a while just to have the bandwidth and capacity to fight this battle. But there's outside community interest. This reporter at Sahan Journal worked on the story for maybe 3 weeks, and she really went deep. She's been hanging around the Native community a lot and learning a lot about our community. And so I expect we'll have more stories lifting up our community from this reporter. But the story has attracted a lot of attention. So state legislators have been reaching out. They want to engage. They want to bring the MnDOT commissioner and more to the area. And just today, I had a great conversation with an activist from the disability community who's very engaged. And I didn't even know this was going on. In the disability community, they've been approaching this as a significant American with Disabilities Act violation. So now we have a nexus of communities coming together. And there are others, the bicycle community, the pedestrian, advocates that'll start coming together and hopefully lift up our voices enough that we can get engagement, not just to get rid of the fences, which we need to do, but to really craft these person-centered solutions to the issues that drive people under the bridge and drive this kind of activity.
Well, it's maddening that, again, here we are after all these years, and sometimes we take 2 steps back to take 3 forward, but it seems that we're taking more steps back because they're not engaging the community on solutions, and that's the thing that really bugs us.
Right. So as a community, we're doing our part, right? We're crafting these short-term, mid-term, long-term solutions, identifying which public sector agencies have responsibility to help implement this. And so this is systems change, which is slow and painfully slow sometime. And in this nexus, it's East Franklin Avenue, Hiawatha. There is so much going on. One thing is it's the heart of the American Indian Cultural Corridor, a community-based vision for an economic engine that centers the Native community. But also there's the light rail station that's being redesigned right now. There's the adjacent Wall of Forgotten Native sites that MnDOT understands they need to do something with. So there's a design process going on there. There's the community coming together along East Franklin through the city to create what's called a special services district, so we can have a higher level of amenity and investment there. I mean, there's a lot happening, but these are each happening in their own silos, right? And so what I'm advocating for is let's have one conversation. We can't, on December 2nd, for example, at the Minneapolis American Indian Center, there'll be an open house, I think it's 5 to 7 p.m. about the light rail station. But this isn't just a conversation about the light rail station. And this is an opportunity for the public sector to really act as a catalyst to development along the cultural corridor, or they can mess it up for a couple of generations.
Hey, we're here with Robert Lilligren, CEO of Native American Community Development Institute here in the Twin Cities. We'll be right back. This is Native Roots Radio.
If you're in need of food resources, Hennepin County is here to help. Food shelves near you are ready with fresh, nutritious food. SNAP remains open. You can continue applying for benefits. If you are expecting or have children ages 0 to 5, WIC can provide even more support. Get connected to free or low-cost food resources near you at hennepin.us/food-help. Again, that address is hennepin.us/food-help.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
This holiday season, bring true purpose back to gift giving with CauseCart. When shopping with CauseCart, you aren't just buying a gift, you're supporting artists, nonprofits, and socially conscious businesses. CauseCart is the trusted marketplace connecting shoppers who care with purpose-driven brands that do good for people and the planet. They're committed to positive change, using biodegradable packaging and investing in carbon credits. Now, CauseCart is extending that conscious approach right to your doorstep with a special offer. They're offering free local delivery in Hennepin, Ramsey, and Washington counties until December 19th. It's the perfect way to shop sustainably without leaving home. Taking advantage of the free delivery is easy. Just go to cause-cart.com and choose the pickup option at checkout. So make your holiday giving meaningful with CauseCart, one conscious choice at a time. That's cause-cart.com.
Hi, I'm Jane Fonda, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, we're back, and we are with our friend Robert Lilligren, CEO of Native American Community Development Institute here in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis. And, you know, there's so much to talk about, but I think I'd like to stay a little local here. And I'm really upset what happened in St. Paul with the ICE agents on the east side of St. Paul. And what the heck is going on with the mayor there? And I just am totally upset. And then it gives you, if you look at what's going on, there's so many people that are so mean and racist that respond to these posts out there. It's unbelievable. And then you kind of look them up, and they're not even from the state. You know, it's just everyone has an opinion, and keep your opinion to yourself if you're not living here.
Right. When so folks listening, 2 days in a row now, right? There have been ICE raids in St. Paul, and they're bad ones. I mean, you watch the videos on social media, you know, bystanders being thrown to the ground by masked ICE agents, and people being apprehended, and then it's interesting. It's unclear what the St. Paul Police Department involvement is. Right, they're present. Supposedly, they're there for crowd control, and they were throwing, you know, tear gas and flashbang, you know, and stuff at the protesters. So that doesn't seem like they're controlling a crowd, right? That's like they're part of the operation. And so the mayor Mayor Melvin Carter has come out and said, you know, well, we're investigating or whatever, but the optics of it are horrible. This happened in South Minneapolis a while back. Remember, a few months ago, there was supposedly it was a drug trade related warrant being served, and the community responded very quickly. There was a lot of protesters present. Minneapolis police officers and the police chief were present, and they again, for crowd control. But they stood back. You know, they weren't as engaged as the St. Paul police. You know, and then you see the agents in DC shot at. And I mean, it's just, what is going on here? What's happening?
I know. Well, there's friends of ours, and then a media, you know, not mainstream media, but the media people were out there with their phones and video cameras, and you saw the St. Paul police lined up right there. And I'm going to call it out. It did not look good. The optics weren't good. At least in Minneapolis, the police weren't all gas masked up and saying, you know, they were saying they're trying to protect you. These people weren't saying anything.
Right. And so if in the absence of any facts, we'll just create our own narrative, right? I think in St. Paul, it looked like they were part of it to me. A little different from in Minneapolis. And the people that are apprehending, I mean, these aren't, well, I don't know who they are, so I'm not going to comment on that, but it seems like a lot of effort by ICE for very little result, and this isn't really what I want my tax dollars spent on. So,
well, they promised that they were going to get criminals. Now they're getting people that overstayed their visas, and they're paying taxes and working and been living here for 25, 30 years.
Right.
That is not what they said they were going to do.
Right. They're not a threat, right? They're not really a threat. And then I haven't heard of it happening here yet, but there are the people who are trying to follow the rules and put their documentation in line who are getting arrested outside of immigration court, right? They're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and then they're penalized for that. And I mean, you used the word racist earlier. These people are brown, right? They're brown, and their stories aren't that dissimilar to the European immigrants, right? But for some reason, it's different.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to talk about that because we could go deep into that. Let's keep an eye on it, and let's keep talking about it here in Native Roots Radio, and with your comments too, Robert. I think it's really important that we keep this thing fresh and going. So I appreciate all your input here in the last couple segments. One of the things I wanted to talk about too, real quick, because we only got we got 4 minutes. We can talk about a lot in 4 minutes, but is what's going on at Native American Community Development Institute, because we want to celebrate what's happening on the Avenue too.
I love it. And maybe I can just shift it just a little bit. And at NACDI, we're coming off of our busiest season of programming. You plugged the show at All My Relation Arts Gallery, our art gallery there. Our Four Sisters Farmers Market is kind of quiet for the season. Our Four Sisters Farm is being put to sleep for the winter. Make voting a tradition, and we just made that through the local elections in early November. So we have a little bit of a breathing space to be planning for next year and things. But one of the things I really wanted to lift up that's happening on the Avenue is at the Minneapolis American Indian Center tomorrow. With the Indigenous Protector Movement and other partners, they are having a big feast. I was talking to them today, they're preparing food for 1,000 people, which I just think is tremendous. I know. And but they're having a round dance tomorrow. It's alcohol and drug free, of course, event, and they call it Takesgiving. They're having a Takesgiving event. I think the feast starts at 1. There is a pipe ceremony. So people who are pipe carriers are requested to bring their pipes. That's at 2:30. And then at 3 o'clock, the Takesgiving round dance. And the MC will be Jerry Dearly, a revered local elder. And it just, I'm excited about it because it's the community stepping up and doing things our way and taking care of each other. Not just the feast part, there's giveaways, there's some great giveaways that'll be there, but also the pipe ceremony, right? So we're caring for each other in a spiritual way. And I just find this really exciting. It's this next generation, right? Most of Indigenous protectors, which is a great, not just community protectors movement, very much in the style of AIM, but it has a spiritual, a cultural, a physical, chemical health part to their work. And so I'm so proud of these young people for what they're doing.
Yeah, they're doing it. And I'm glad you brought that up, because that's huge. That's what community's all about. And these people are stepping up. I know I saw they're cooking right now for 1,000 people. They're cutting potatoes. I saw Jolene Jones there cooking.
Right. In her hairnet. Peeling potatoes. And then you have people like Crow Belcourt, who is, of course, the son of Clyde Belcourt, an AIM founder and internationally recognized activist and advocate. And then a young couple, Vin Dion and Rachel Thunder Dion, who lead kind of the men's and women's parts of Indigenous Protectors Movement. Many Shields Warrior Society and the Women's Warrior Society. And I was talking to Vinny about it, Vin Dion, just recently, and I said, "Yeah, you guys impressed me." I go, "This must have been what it felt like when AIM was founded." And he said, "You're right." He goes, "We are using their playbook, right? Centering culture, native language, native spirituality, and then combining physical health, spiritual health, chemical health, physical health, all into it, and then supporting each other, right?" And sometimes people fall or fail, and they need to be supported back in towards health. So that's tomorrow at Minneapolis American Indian Center, starting at 1:00.
Perfect, getting that in. Thank you so much, Robert, for coming on a different day, usually on Thursdays. I really, really, really appreciate you.
My
Have
pleasure.
a good Thanksgiving with your family, and we'll see you soon.
You as well. Gigawabaman.
Hey, we'll be right back, or we'll be back. It's Native Roots Radio. We'll see you tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that. Hoa.